Well, it's official. I can't see a bloody thing. If it wasn't for these glow bugs and the moon, it would be pitch black out here. Jasper must be navigating off instinct at this stage.
Yarp.
This should be interesting.
I have two really boring things to talk about.
Right.
But players might get something out of it. My boots blew up a couple of events ago.
Yeah.
I had to wear my kind of like running shoe type vibe, which wasn't great, and luckily it was muddy, so you couldn't really see my feet, but it wasn't good. So I asked on the Empire forums for footwear advice. Boots.
Yeah.
Pretty common. There's some really cool stuff out there where guys get Wellington boots and add stuff to them. It's a guy in York, Imperial Orcs. They look really cool. But I wanted something that's a bit more rugged.
Yeah, and I think like when it comes to kit, actually, I think good footwear, even though actually you can be OC basically on the feet, but for your own comfort
and just
like having good, just
running
a practicality.
around on uneven ground is like if you're wearing the wrong footwear, that's very bad.
It's definitely worth investing in footwear. And I've been cheap both times.
Yeah, I don't think the boots that I had, which were your second-hand boots, they didn't fit me very well. No. And a lot of the kind of my stuff. Anyway, I ended up getting Altberg Defenders.
Yeah, I got some Altberg Warriors as well.
I mean, they're awesome.
They're really good, really good. Mine were pretty expensive.
You bought yours new.
Yeah,
I bought mine off eBay.
Yeah,
mine are alright. I don't know what's like.
No, it's
a bit of a roulette, right?
Mine are great, but like it was basically birthday money and gifts and stuff off people.
If I had the money, I would definitely be more comfortable in buying like new.
They're
boots,
super expensive. Like definitely. If I didn't have sort of money in my pocket, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to afford it.
Yeah, and I think boots are an investment anyway. So
it's great to have. It's great to have them.
The other thing, my cloak isn't waterproof. Right?
Yeah,
and I've had a huge issue that every time it rains, I put this cloak on, and basically all it does is collect. It collects
the water. Yeah.
It just soaks up water. I end up drenched to the bone. My bag I have is also canvas.
Yeah.
So basically, my bag was getting really, really wet, and my book was getting wet, and my car, everything.
Yeah.
Right? It's just not what I need. So basically, I asked the great masses what the best solution to that is. Lots of different opinions on it. Wool.
Yeah.
Wool is king, basically. Everyone recommends getting something in wool. Wool is expensive.
Yeah.
Right? So I have a cloak. So I was like... One of the other things was trying to get some like wash-in waterproofing.
Right.
So I did that today. So I bought some.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
It's drying on the thing. Yeah. We will give you feedback later on whether it actually worked or not. The instructions were in German. So I had to use Google Translate on the old picture. And the translation was pretty wacky. So there was lots of bits that are like, does that mean that, or does that mean this? You know what I mean? Anyway,
I'm sure it'll turn out fine.
Yeah, and that's the end of my boring kind of like stuff like that. So we talk about LARPcon and the LARP Awards.
Yeah, no, we should definitely talk about that.
So we heard about obviously LARPcon, which is like a good opportunity to pick up items. I wanted to pick up a rod because I'm a magical character and I've been using a sword, and I basically just need to kind of get something I can cast spells with.
Yeah, so at the moment you're basically just running around when you cast one of your inspirations to spells. Yes. You essentially just kind of like
I put my hand on their shoulder.
Them,
I ask them, can I put my hand on you? Ask them, then I do my little spiel. I empower them, and they get to do a skill. I have now had a couple of sessions, so now I can get new stuff. Yeah. And the thing I went for is paralysis. Yeah. Which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It makes you like suddenly really effective, really potent.
I think I've got 2 extra manas or something.
Yeah,
so I get to do it like 3 times a day.
I can't remember.
Let me check the rules. Please don't flame or whatever. But the I think I've got like 3 a day, and basically I can say an incantation and then say paralyze, hit someone, and they are paused in that moment for 10 seconds. They can still speak, but they can't do anything else.
Yeah. So it's like in battle, that's amazing, and then it could be amazing in other situations as well.
In a private way, it's very handy. Like if anyone tries to mug me, please don't mug me. I shouldn't even talk about it. I've said too much already, but don't mug me. I'm broke. There's no point in mugging me or assassinating me. But now I can defend myself with that sort of thing. So I'm really, very happy about that. Excited about it. So that's one of the things I wanted to get.
It's going to be good as well because I think you enjoy the battles, right? You enjoy the going, and it gives you an option.
I've been very scared of combat recently, and that's starting to wane. And I know I sound like this is going to be terrible when we get back to it. I want to get myself killed, but I'm not going to if-an around.
No,
I'm not going to go full if-an. No one goes full if-an. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to leave.
I don't know. I think the situation will be what happens when someone goes down, and there's someone that you know.
No,
which part?
I feel like Geralt's a lot more of a. I think he's a lot more of a complicated character than just doing the right thing all the time. There's more to him than that. I think. I don't know. Let's see. That's something
you will find out.
That's something I will find out, and other people might find out if they are injured on the battlefield. Depends on the person, right? So we also wanted to pick up a mask.
Yes, so that was a huge thing. So we both wear glasses, and I basically can't wear lenses.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes wearing the orc mask, which actually I think if you take everything into consideration, I think they're great. The ones that we get at Empire.
It's so cool that they give them.
But after a while, it's just like I really need a solution that works with my glasses and it is comfortable.
But it's not even that. I just don't want to wear other people's masks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like it's on a. But they do a good job. They spray the insides.
Oh, no, of course.
But I'm just like. I want to be in my own sweaty mess. You know what I mean? Like,
I completely agree. And it's
so we decided that we're going to do. Also, the LARP awards.
Yeah.
We should talk about LARP awards. Let me take a drink first. Oh. So the LARP awards are, well, it's pretty obvious what they are, right? They're awards for LARP for the year.
Yeah.
There's never been a media section before.
No, and it's like this is the first year they've done it.
And so basically, I know that Tom had messaged them about it.
Yeah.
Telling them that getting a media thing would be a good idea. This is someone that we know. And I think they were kind of like open to the idea of that being a thing. And so they instated it. So we
ended up getting nominated, which was crazy.
We got nominated, which really nice.
It was super nice.
And we got nominated by people who wrote in and said that they wanted to nominate us and gave reasons why. So
which is really nice.
Thank you so much to all those people, basically.
That was crazy.
I think there were a bunch of people that did, and it's just like it really
means
touching.
A lot. Right? Like the fact that you know what I mean. Like because it's one thing to like. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, right? I don't always leave a comment or something saying it's great or whatever. Like
I very rarely do that.
Like I don't think I ever really do. But it's like, so it means a lot that like people sort of actually went to the effort of doing like the process of like.
Yeah, it's very very humbling. Also, throughout all of this, I had this huge like imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Really bad throughout all of this.
And it's kind of like it's weird because like we've worked pretty hard on it and like so it's like we do care, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
definitely.
We care about it a lot, right?
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like the podcast has become its own thing that I value.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So it means a lot, right? And it's like
anyway, we're getting let's just plow through this, shall we? Really nice, really appreciate it, really good. So we basically to get nominated, they have different sections. People have a form they can fill in, and they basically fill them in. There's loads of different categories for different things. So people have to write in. They say who they want to nominate.
Yeah.
It's logged down. From that list of then they come up with a short list, and this is 5 people.
I think it varies. I think it's like some things have a lot more people.
Yeah.
More,
in our group, we got put through on a short list with 5. There's 5 of us in total, right? So there's us. The Orcs Planet, which we are all yay!
That was super great, right?
Come on, man!
It was so cool because it's like it's so like we started at a similar time, and then it's like, we know them, and they're really nice people. I feel like very much they're our peers. Yeah, and it's really nice. Like and they're just such lovely people. Like Matt,
definitely big book for them.
So
right?
great, yeah.
The LARP book. Who do? They have a website which is quite informative, and they also have like some YouTube stuff where they interview people.
Yeah,
it's cool stuff, right? Very nice. Slender videos.
They do
Slender videos were the ones that do. Is it Curious Pastimes they do it for?
I think so, and they do some nice there's also like trailers and stuff like that.
Promo type stuff where they film LARP and they kind of make it look cool, which is fucking hard to do, right? So they were there. I don't know a huge amount about them, but if you do, let us know. Access LARP, who are a vlog. They basically do. They have a website, Access LARP. I can't remember what the website is. If you Google it, you'll find them. It's to do with accessibility to LARP. It's exactly what it says.
It's great.
I basically sent off. I couldn't find the Slender Videos people. I couldn't find an address for them. But everyone else I got in touch with and I wished them good luck and all that stuff. And everyone's really nice. It's just, okay, let me put it this way. Very small. Or everyone's little, right? We're all little ditty things. And it's kind of cool that we even have this. Oh, ain't no one else giving us a awardie. And no one. All right? You know what I mean?
I think that's this kind of nice community. It's not like we all know each other really well, but of people who make
camaraderie.
Things. Yeah. Right? I really appreciate the fact that I do the process and experience it, and I love it. By the way, I love doing this. But it's nice to have other people who are doing a similar thing as well. It gives
or
you
even
people
very different. One thing I found was looking at the list. They're all very different. No one on that list does exactly what the other person does.
No, and I think
there might be a little bit of bleed here and there, but not really.
I think basically it's just everyone wins in the thing they do really well.
But it's
you
more
know what I mean? Everyone's great.
Going into this, I was like, how the hell are they going to judge this? Right? How on earth do you end up?
Hard.
Because let me put it this way: we were 40-something episodes in.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You're going to listen to 50 hours of me and you waffling on in one go in a month.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ask anyone to do that. That is a cruel punishment. And that's just us. That's just if you want to go what do you think of the LARP noobs then? Thumbs up, thumbs down, what are your feels? You wouldn't even be able to say
and it goes to a montage of that person watching listening to every single thing.
Cruel. Doesn't it? And then some people might have a 5-minute video that's really fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How do you judge it? What's the best thing on Netflix?
Yeah.
Right? What's the best TV show on Netflix? You can't even... Well, I think loads of different people would be able to... So even before going in, I think everyone on there is well done to everyone to have people that care enough to get you on that list. That's fucking fantastic, right? Yeah. And I think... judging it, it's well, we're all fucking winners.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I really feel that way. And I think it's just... but it's interesting, I think, how much that applies to all the different categories, because all the different categories are just best LARP. It's how would you even, of a certain size, it's that the subjectivity in it and all of that stuff. It must be really hard to judge who wins.
I'll tell you what, we will do the actual LARP awards in a bit.
Yeah, we should go back to LARPcon.
Let's do LARPcon, right?
Yeah. So that...
LARPcon... We all, you drove down there, I went with Bung, and we went to, where was it?
It was
Colesville?
Colesville, yeah.
Which is just outside of Leicester. So.
Yeah. It was cool. I mean, because I'd gone on my own previously.
Yeah, I didn't go
and that was, I think for lots of different reasons, you guys all had to drop out.
I think I was working.
Yeah, I think there was a whole bunch of different stuff, but lots of different situations conspired. But I went and had a great time.
It's a 3-day event, which I didn't realise before. Yeah. So they have Friday, it's open. They have a poker tournament in the evening, and they had a pub quiz, which our mate Tom won. Yeah, of course he did. Yeah, with him and his team. Yeah. Reese and the Lasses. You know what I mean? Of course they won. He collected. That was his first LARP award of the weekend. Yeah, he'll get more by the time it's done. That was so great, ridiculous. And then on Saturday they have during the day just they basically have loads of different LARPs show up with their little table to answer questions and to kind of interact.
That's really cool.
And then in another room they have loads of people selling stuff. So swords, armour, little trinkets, all sorts were in there. Really, there's a lot more kind of.
There's a lot of depth to the crafting and I guess experiential side of LARP. Do you want some really nice mead? You know what I mean?
It felt busy. That's a really good point.
You know what I mean?
They were selling mead, and it really was it felt like a little mini LARP. There I am in my we didn't even mention our hoodies. Yeah, we should mention that.
So before we went, it was my birthday. My sister got me this LARP Noobs cup, which is literally just a mug.
Tea mug,
which had the logo on it, which was like an awesome present for my sister because it was just like really thoughtful. But like she'd ordered one, and I think I accidentally ordered one for another company or something. So she ended up getting 2 of them. So I had 2 of these mugs. And I was like, I don't need 2 LARP Noob mugs. So obviously I wanted to give one to you.
Yeah.
But then I just
Which is brilliant. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, no, I just thank my sister. But like, so I posted on the Facebook group that we have, because we got a little Facebook group, a picture of it. And like, people were like, that looks really cool.
Oh, I'd love a LARP News mug. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, oh fuck, we didn't even think about that. So we've been like,
so ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing.
This is the worst thing, right? Because I think a lot of people have set up merch to like get money and give people a way their fans can help them out or whatever.
Yeah.
We just wanted to do it so we can actually just have our own hoodies with our own logo on it. Like
we both wanted a hoodie that had the logo on.
We went to Printful.
Yeah.
And I did some deets in there, and we both ordered a hoodie each off there, which is kind of like, so we're walking around LARPcon wearing our own merch, and I hadn't worn it out. That's the first time I'd worn it.
That's the first time I'd worn it.
Yeah, like I'd ever worn it was walking around.
I brought it with me. I brought it with me.
They're really nice.
No, they are actually quite nice.
Yeah, I need to. Those that are interested in potentially buying another hoodie or anything else, just
the most random of merch.
Yeah, that no one will ever get. But if you're in the market and you're like, why haven't you done that yet? I want to test out the hoodie for a bit. I want to wear it for a bit. I want to dry it. I want to clean it. Like, I don't want anyone to buy anything.
I've washed it and I've dried it once.
That's what I've done. I've done it once and it looks good.
So I just want to still wear it a little bit longer.
It feels really good, the fabric. Yeah. So basically, we got there. I was working nights at the time, so I didn't want to get up really early and go, obviously. So we went like quite late. Like we got there about 2:00 on the Saturday.
Yeah. I got there a little bit before.
Yeah.
And I bought my orc mask at that point from Mandala Studios, who were just awesome. Like they basically let me look through all the different orc masks, and they helped me pick something that would work with glasses and explained what would be the best sort of solution, because it's just a difficult problem.
The guy was just like, he'd heard it all before and was just there to help you out, trying to find the mask that would do you the
nice.
best. They
had like a nice range, because bear in mind it was getting quite late on the day.
Both me and Bungle got one as well, and I love my mask. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I need to do.
I've done some customizations.
I need to do some customizations to it just to give a bit more comfort to it. But I'm really happy with it. I like the little details on it. I like everything about it.
I'm gonna make a leather helmet for my one, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I want to do some stuff like that.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I'm working on some leather sort of Lamlar armor that I want to make.
You're going to monster it up in Lamlar?
And I was thinking, I think it might be quite cool just to have a different set of armor. It might be cool, dude. I think and also just I have another spare suit of armor.
You're so fancy. Who has a? Oh, that's my monstering pair of armor. I only really monster while wearing that.
Oh, it's my. Fuck you.
I'm just saying. Who has a monster instead of armor? You are making it. You are making it.
Yeah, I'm making it. That's
I'm wrong.
You're the bad guy.
I'm wrong. Okay, I am the bad guy. I admit it. Just let's move on.
You played yourself.
All right, a lot's been said.
You played yourself.
A lot's been said. Let's just move on. Mandala masks were very
great.
Good.
They were fantastic. No, really, really good.
Right.
The other thing,
if you want to clip that up as a promo for you're very welcome to use it.
Yeah, please do.
I wanted to get a mage rod.
Yeah.
So
that's where we were actually. Yeah.
So we did a little tour of the event, and basically I was on I started turning into a real hawk. That was basically just I wanted to show me your rods, show me your staffs, things like that. And we came across this quite early on.
Yeah, and it's great. It's a 42-inch kind of really nice rod with some really nice details on it. It's got like swirls around the handle.
The golden swirl on it, and then it's a shaft that ends in. It spirals up to a ball, an orb that is wrapped around by these like
brass,
brass type
nice
holdings. And it's going to be a practical little weapon, isn't it? It's not the showiest thing, but that thing is going to serve me very well, I think.
I think it's very Gellert. I think it's very Gellert.
I think it's very Gellert.
I see Gellert in it, right?
It's not...
It's business time.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
It's
definitely.
business time.
When I'm rocking this bad boy, I'm not messing about. You know what I mean? I'm good to... You will be
paralyzed.
Paralyzed. Anyway,
so
that was pretty good. What
you got it from Twisted Goblin, I think.
Twisted Goblin? Are
Yeah.
they the guys I bought my axe from?
So yeah, they literally are all the way back to episode 1 at the
No
beginning.
way.
They're the people you got the £40 deal for the axe and
yeah, they
shield.
are fancy now, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks really
Back in the
great.
day, back even 2 years ago, I felt like maybe it was the end of the day, but it felt like they were just kind of like the quality wasn't great on those items, and they knew it, and they were just trying to. But this is a really nice piece of kit, right?
I mean, it's so good, right? Like,
Yeah.
And the fact that they cut like a lovely deal with you, right? Like, I mean, it was
I
basically you
think
couldn't say
basically
no.
what I said was, I got money off on this.
Yeah, you got money off on it, good money off as well.
Do you remember when we went to what was it? Which one did we go to?
It was What's Your Game. It was What's Your Game.
Well, we went
because it
that
was in
last time.
chapel,
Remember
yeah.
how I was like, no one would haggle.
Yeah.
That's the price.
Yeah.
Right? Here, I was like, I think it was, what was it, 65?
No, it was more than that, dude.
What did...
No, I think it was like 80, dude.
Whatever it was,
Yeah,
I
and
ended
it
up
got
paying...
like a big... Yeah, you got a tasty reduction.
I got
we
a
probably
really
shouldn't
nice...
say, but it was
No,
like
exactly, yeah. I got...
Like-
basically, I gave them a bit of chat, and then
Yeah.
I was saying,
Super
I
lovely
like
guys.
it, and then I said, like, would you do it for this? And they were like, well, and we had a bit of a back and forth, and then we came up with a number, and I went, I really, really like it, but I need to have a look around first. And he went, I'll give you that same price in a bit.
Yeah.
Just remind me when I get back.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you get a sale.
But it was
That's how you get a sale.
but to be fair, like it was worth the asking price as well.
He was really good. I liked that we had a good interaction. I liked the go between we had. He was happy. I was happy. You know what I mean? It was a good
That
thing.
was great.
And I'm
was
really
awesome.
happy with it. Basically, I
looks the
can't
business.
wait to use it on
Yeah,
someone.
yeah.
I can't wait to bash a fellow nerd with it. And see the horror in their face when they
Well, they hear those
process
words,
what they
paralyzed.
just heard. Paralyze. Bam. Yeah, that was good. Bungle got a sword.
Yeah. So it was so weird with Bungle's sword because I go to having a LARP to get my arrows, and I knew that they had like a chunky section at the entrance as you come in. But naturally, as you come in the entrance, because it's actually quite busy, you kind of get chased along a little bit around that sort of first area. And it was like I knew they always had awesome stuff, like that they've always been fantastic. But we kind of were going around looking at some other things, and there's so many amazing sort of crafters out there. So there's a lot to look at.
Yeah.
And everything's fantastic, right? But it's just like it's finding that thing for your character.
No, but it's become a lot more. When first time I went, it was just like when the first time you hear a piece of music, like a new genre of music, it just sounds like noise to you. Like there were general things, but each song, like if you ever listen to thrash or metal, the first time you listen to it, you're like, that just sounds like noise. But the more you listen to it, the more you see the nuance in it and all the different types of stuff that you get. It's the same thing with the swords at Empire. When I went to that first thing where I was like looking around for a sword, the swords all just look the same to me. It's a long one, it's a short one. Now there's like, that's not my sword.
No, I think I'm kind of like the moment I started looking around at the different weapons when we went that first time. I mean, I spent a lot of money.
You like
some things
you're
just
into
take
your
me.
blacksmithing channels though, aren't
Yeah,
you?
so like but it was just everything, right?
But this
like,
time
getting
round-
my bow and getting everything.
I've become very fussy.
Yeah.
Like it has to be really right now for me. Like this is great. And when Bung was looking for his sword, and when he found it,
Yeah, well, he said he wanted a sword that had like some Navari touches to it, so it had like some sort of vines or plants on it and stuff. And we were kind of walking around. There was, as I said, there's loads of really nice stuff, but nothing was kind of quite hitting the bill. And then we went to having a LARP right at the very end. I think it was as you were getting your orc mask.
yeah.
And he came back with just this. It was perfect. It has like a leaf for the guard and like
It's really,
details on the pommel.
It's really Navarre themed. It even has what Ian, you'll know this. What is the on a sword?
Yeah.
Just above where the blade starts, there's the zigzaggy in and out. That's like it's supposed to slash people's innards out. Do you know what that's called?
The serrated edges, you mean?
Yeah.
Or like, yeah.
Yeah, the little
Or
like
they could be sawtooth edges.
sawtooth edges. Yeah. Which I like because it's very Navarre.
Yeah.
It's a horrible, horrible weapon, but it's like it's ornate, but it's like I don't know. It's so
It's
Navarre.
actually like this really nice kind of sweeping. It's got this kind of sweeping quality to it, even though it's a straight blade essentially. but like that element to it sort of says it's kind of an elegant weapon, but it has the ability to sort of
It's a
get a bit
nasty
savage
weapon too.
right?
Yeah, it's the best of both, right?
Yeah,
I really like it.
yeah. No, it's cool, and it's actually sort of it really fits his character actually, because like Bungle's character, like Keys, he's like he's one of those kind of really sort of subtle characters, but it's actually quite a lot to him. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like he plays it actually in a really interesting way.
I drove up with Bungle.
Yeah.
So we had a good old chat about LARP and his character, all this stuff. But yeah, Bungle's
Yeah.
there's a lot of depth to Bung's character.
Bungle does this great thing where you can just sit down and you just have like a real like almost like an expositional wall for you, or just like an explosion of like, I need to talk about something I see to you.
Yeah.
Listen to my little monologue kind of thing, and he just absorbs it.
But
and
like,
just he goes there with you all the time. It's great.
Yeah. But also like Bung will be like, how would he react to this?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, he's Bungle's
Yeah.
playing by his own rules on
Yeah,
that
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
He's-
you know? Anyway, let's stop kissing his ass.
Yeah.
Chow's. Let's talk about
Yeah.
Chow's Emporium, because
Yeah.
I don't think we've even mentioned. Have we mentioned Chow's before on the podcast? Like actually gone into
No, I
detail
have. Yeah,
on
yeah.
it?
Well, not massive detail.
I think we
but,
mentioned that we went to
Yeah,
Chow's
yeah.
and things like that. But Chow's is run by a very nice young lady who sells extremely high quality
Yeah.
bits of costume and gear, right? Like
Well, it doesn't look like costume. I think that's the thing. It's all
it's not.
kit.
I hesitated on the word costume because it's not
Yeah.
the word. It's kit,
It's
right?
it's just really
It's clothing.
nice. And like the different influences and the thought that goes into the designs, like it's like some of it is just fantastic. It looks period.
She knows her audience as
Yeah.
well. Like she knows what sort of thing. I think a lot of it.
It all looks aspirational. You know what I mean?
Man, I walked around there and it's not expensive. It's expensive, but worth the price, I should
Yeah.
say. They do a lot in there to try and
I think
make
it's
people...
cheap at the price.
Yeah, I agreed.
Like
100%
if you consider all of the realities of what it is,
All
to,
the
to
sticks
do
that goes into it. Yeah, this is...
to run the show,
It's
legit.
I don't want to sound like I'm being like, oh yeah, like this amount of money for that is expensive, because it isn't. It's an absolute bargain at the price, and
Yeah.
the care and attention that's gone into each item. Let me put it this way. Anyway, I walked around, I saw something
Yeah, you saw this
I
really nice shirt,
really
didn't
like,
you?
and
Yeah.
it was like on the cheaper end of what they had, and I really like it. Looking at my bank balance now, I'm glad I didn't.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm very glad I resisted.
I'm conscious that I did.
Yes, you did. You did your pieces, didn't you? You just got in there and just couldn't help yourself.
So-
But I managed to resist. And bear in mind, Chow, I'm going to call her Chow because I don't know the lady's name, but
Yeah.
wow, she's a saleswoman and a half, isn't she?
She's fantastic.
She's
She
so cool. I
She
really
plays it
love
like,
her, man.
why don't you try it on? And she knows the minute you're going to try it on, and you look
No,
in the
she's
mirror.
not even that. She's not. There's no like
like-
malice.
no, what
to
I
it.
mean, yeah, but,
she's
like-
just naturally she just sells.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like, but I don't.
I think the quality of the stuff sells really, right?
But that's the thing. Like, I think I always joke about this when it's like, well, if I wanted to be a salesman, like, give me a great product and I'll be a great salesman, because it's the easiest way to do it. But at Chow's, they really have the best stuff. Like, it's really nice,
really fantastic.
So I think I might try and. I'd really like to pick something up at E1.
Yeah, I think that would be a really good purchase for you.
I
at
think
E1.
that would be. It's a little bit fancy, so if I want to go to somewhere fancy, it
Yeah,
can be
I
a
think
bit
you can
warmer.
have your E1 purchase, right?
Yeah,
I'll
I think that'll
probably
be
do
my
the same.
little treat. I think.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
try and do some overtime and get it done.
So
Right.
further down the line, so there was it was kind of left was slightly cheaper,
Yeah.
but still like ridiculously good. Like, and then like right was, more expensive. Although, again, totally worth it.
Yeah.
And
So
I was down.
I'm in the left-hand section in the cheaper section.
I've wondered.
Ian's deep in the very expensive section. Like Bambi, like he's just flitting along, looking at different, touching stuff. Look at the embroidery on this. Feel this fabric.
Yeah.
Feel this fabric.
It's really nice. So
why don't
basically,
you?
I found this jacket.
Why don't you try it on?
Yeah.
What was it? Describe it.
So it's like this. It's kind of this jacket that's kind of open front. It's just like I guess like a coat, but like a sleeveless coat.
It's like something that you'd wear over, like
yeah,
it's like, I don't know, not an overcoat. But
No, but
I
yeah,
don't know
you
what
can
call it.
imagine something, but just with the like a long kind of worn coat, but with the sleeves cut off.
Yes,
and it flares at the bottom, and that's the
it's
coolest
very
thing about
fancy.
It like, has these sort of slits, I guess. So as you move, it actually looks sort of dynamic and dramatic. It just won me immediately. I really wanted
your
it.
eyes literally turned to big doughy hearts looking at it. You were in love.
And like, she was fantastic. She was like, we'll have them at E1 if you want to buy it then. But I was just like, I really want it now.
No, she had already got you then. She was explaining to you while she's reeling you in, like pulling back on the rod and like getting line in, while you're on the other thing saying, "No, you can get it at E1." You were already coming on that boat. You were it was hook, line, and sinker.
It was so good. But it's just like, because now I want to do a couple of little things with it.
Oh, really? You're going to alter it?
Yeah, I want to do a couple of little things. I want to add a few details, and I think but that's the great thing. It's like, it's so fantastic that it's like, it doesn't matter if I don't do those things, but it's nice to aspire to do those things.
I like how you're getting a little bit more fancy, and that really is like, boom, that's a little bit more fancy there.
I bought these kind of sew on iron on patches, which are essentially like they're kind of embroidered patches that are like meant for like sort of floral dresses and stuff like that.
Right.
So they're kind of like, but they kind of I bought one which is like thorns and thistles and stuff, and I've got like a whole bunch of them. So I kind of do like, that kind of that sort of tabard thing that I wear that ties off at the hip.
Yeah.
The sash.
Your
my fancy pants thing.
You're very, what
it's
are you wearing
have, like,
fancy
those
pants?
kind of up it.
A bold statement, may I say, by the way. A bold fashion statement.
It has, like, it's going to have these kind of flowers going up it and thorns going up it, and they're kind of,
you're going to have
metallic.
that sash thing
with
you're
that
going
going
to add flowers on it.
Yeah, with all these, like, and they're kind of metallic-y kind of green. Yeah, it's going to look, I think it's going to look pretty pimpin'. I'm really...
Yeah, pimpin' since pimpin' was pimpin'. I mean, it's going to look ridiculous.
Yeah. I know. I'm looking forward to it.
But I do worry about your constant playing around with new kit curse.
Yeah.
And your new fancy pants friends.
They get me in trouble.
I think... I just
like
worry
nice
about
things.
you.
I
worry about you
like
because
nice
you're ending up buying fancy clothes and you want to go to your little fancy parties. I know fancy people, just saying. I know loads of fancy people, and I will soon be invited to lots of cocktail parties. They just haven't got round to inviting me yet. So... What? What? You're talking to the Empire Day story-winning champion right now. So
what a cool thing! Like, if you think about the RC consequences of that, it's really cool.
Yeah, what do you do? Write some book? Wow! Just should we should do it now?
Yes.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about how we want to kind of just generally try and like do something to give something back, right? And how do we do that, right?
Yeah.
Like the Patreon's going really well. We're getting like a little bit of cash in, which is kind of good.
It's so kind, right?
It's just really generous.
Right?
It's like
it's so crazy.
The driving around and stuff. It does have an expense to it. I don't mind paying it, but it's really, really nice and generous for people to help out.
Yeah,
so
I think it's because like it gives you the option to do loads more stuff as well.
It's definitely,
or at least consider different options.
100% it's done that this year.
Yeah,
like that. I literally wouldn't be able to do as many stuff as we've done, or we're going to be doing. Without that. So thank you so much. Other
so
listeners,
kind.
Thank the patrons, right? But we wanted to thank like everyone.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about this, and I try to think. I've been thinking about this for a while. Anyway.
Yeah.
I put up a post talking about, I think this was on our Facebook page, our LARP News one. Who does the best swords or kit?
Yeah.
Who does
or just who do you like?
Who do you like, right? Who do you prefer? One name that came up again and again and again is Light Armories.
Yeah. And we've got experience sort of looking around this sort of stuff as well.
They make really good, high quality, cool stuff, right?
Yeah.
So... and maybe we say this completely clearly now. We are not being monetarily gained. There is no. We're not getting anything out of this. Yeah. This is completely just for everyone else.
Yeah, and same with all the other stuff we've said. Obviously, with all the other sellers and stuff we've talked about, it's just like honestly, like everything is just fantastic.
So
and we like talking about it.
Just to make that clear before I completely run off on this. So what I did was I ended up emailing the guy who runs on Light Armories, and said like, hey. I do a podcast. How would you feel about doing a giveaway? Right? So I basically explained that we don't really know what we're doing and we're new to this, but if you wanted to, I would talk about it and we would maybe do a giveaway. He said he'll be up for talking about it, so we went to talk to him at LARPcon.
Yeah. I was I was deep in conversation with some of our other friends while you were doing this, so I kind of missed out on it. So what kind of happened?
Well, basically, I talked to him, and basically I was just like, I think there was a lady at the stall who had listened to us or heard of us.
Oh, well, that's crazy.
So that was cool that he basically said like, oh yeah, I've heard that you do the podcast and people like it. So basically he was like, very quickly, he was like, yeah, I'm up for the idea. So
yeah,
have a look at this sword. Yeah. What do you think about that? And,
it's a lovely sword.
He
it's
just
crazy.
gave it to me.
Isn't this bonkers?
It's
so bonkers.
He just gave it to me.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was committing fraud or something. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how I felt when he had this beautiful. It's so well crafted, right? The weight on
the
it,
balance, and like the look of it.
I think anyone that holds it
it's a
ends up saying
style.
the weight on it is just. It's a really nice. It's really well. It's so well balanced. It's a lovely piece of kit, right?
It kind of has that great thing because it's kind of quite a classic, simple look in a way.
Yeah.
But it's like that thing where it could be great for a bit of awesome starting kit.
Yeah.
Or really good as that kind of like old serviceable, like this is my reliable sword.
Straight up want to keep it. Right? Like there's a little part of me that just went, keep it. Don't tell anyone about the precious. You know what I mean? Like, but the cat's out of the bag now. We're going to do it. So it's 37 inches long. It's a lovely arming sword. Would you call that?
Yeah, I guess so. Or a side sword, actually.
Side sword.
But, yeah, it's really nice. Like, yeah, it's good. Like,
it's fucking sweet. Basically, we're going to give it away. I've been thinking about this. I would like to give. So what I was thinking about doing was do a post.
Well, we literally haven't decided how we're even going to do it.
This is how I'm talking about it now.
This is how we're going to do it.
A Facebook post,
right,
on our Facebook,
right,
and all you need to do is comment.
Yeah.
Just do one comment. You don't need to share it or like. You don't even need to like the page. Okay,
yeah.
You can just go to the thing and comment on there. Anything you like.
Yeah.
Don't be offensive, obviously. Try not to do anything bad. God, don't do that. But then I was also thinking, what if we gave a free token to all of our patrons?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is that a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Because our patrons don't really get anything out of this usually because they're just really nice, kind people. So I was thinking. They get one by default. If they comment on the post, that means they get two.
Right. Yeah,
you only get everyone else only gets one comment.
Yeah.
You can't spam comments to win, right?
Yeah.
And just leave it like that. What do you think? I think that's fair, and I've thought about it for a while. I'll do a post. If it isn't fair, please let me know, and you can think of a better way to do it. What?
So if everyone's only leaving one comment, how are we tallying up who has the most comments?
So what I'm going to do is not the most.
Is it the likes on? Is it the likes on the comments?
You just enter.
Oh, and then we randomly pick someone.
Yes.
Oh, okay, of course.
Exactly right. So all we do is I just go through, compile all the names onto a spreadsheet,
of course.
and then use a random generator.
Yeah.
I'll do like a video of it to show that I'm not cheating. Also, I'm going to be really, really strict on this. Even if I know you, especially if I know you, no alt accounts. Like if you're using an alt account and we find out. We're going to remove you from the other ticket.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So, no, like, because you can get, like, fake Facebook accounts and kind of spam something.
I don't think anyone would do that.
I would like to not think so, but it does happen, right? So, don't do that. We're going to do it for collection at E2. Or I'm going to post it. Now, please, dear listeners in Australia, this is coming to you. I'm willing to pay the postage on whatever it is. Okay, just because. So I hate it when you're listening to something and they're going, "We're doing a giveaway." If you're only in North America or you're only in this part of the world, I'm not really sure what I'm signing on to there. But E2, I'll fucking ship it to wherever you are. So to a nice person in Kazakhstan or
we'll share it. Right?
Wherever the hell it is.
We'll sort it
whatever
out.
It is, right? We'll deal with it. But we'll send it out to whoever and wherever you are, basically. So. Yeah, that's really fucking exciting, isn't it?
It's crazy. It's just how generous and like he's taking all of the risk, right? And we're just it's so kind.
Just
because it's like, to be honest with you, we don't have like a lot of cash, right? So it's like it's nice to be able to do something just to say thank you to all of you guys.
It feels like, I know that we're doing the podcast, but it really feels like, and I want to do more for our patrons basically, because it's, we all have a job and we all have to work, and it's some people are giving like a couple of hours of their time to help us out do the podcast, and that means a lot to me.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, I'll do a post at some point. Hopefully soon.
Explaining all of this.
And we'll try and get it sorted. But go to the Facebook page if you want to find out more, or pester me if I haven't done it yet. So yeah, good. Right. Enough of that. Oh, what have you got?
No, I was going to move on, but I was going to talk about the other sort of thing that I guess was a purchase was Callum's armor when we were there, and it's like, so we're walking around up with Callum, who plays Lanius. He's a
friend from Eurozen.
Yeah, and he's like the first OC person I think we really kind of made
the person with. Who the stumbling around in the darkness trying to look for someone.
This is all the way back in episode 1.
That was them, right?
Yeah. And I mean, you kind of met Lanius a bunch of times. Yeah.
So I like Callum, so yeah.
And so he was kind of walking around with us. It was cool, and we just caught up. Basically, that was the other really cool thing. Just actually going to LARPcon was just a great opportunity to sort of see loads of cool people. Like we saw Phil and Tom and Robert and Dan, and it was it's crazy just like seeing really cool people again. And you got we met with Andy Raff and Claire briefly as well.
We met a lot of really nice people. Oh shit, I'd even mention Armchair Armories.
Well, I was going to get to them.
Let's talk about them now, because they're the guys from the Orcs Planet.
Andy and Matt from the Orcs Planet, they run Armchair Armory, which is like basically I guess an armory sort of thing, where they do rings and plates and all kinds of different things that now help you with kit, and they make these really nice resin.
They are both just like really talented,
nice,
like
crazily nice, like really nice.
They're so much cooler than us. Don't you think they're cooler than us?
They are cooler than us.
Yeah, I know.
They literally they turn up to LARPcon in costume.
Yeah,
not in some terrible merch.
Not their own. Not their own. No. How do you know who the nerdiest people at a LARP convention are? The people that are wearing their own merch.
Yeah.
They're the nerdiest. They're the nerdiest.
But so they're wearing all their stuff, and like they're just completely
really nice people.
Yeah.
So they were selling these pendants that had runes on.
Yeah.
So the runes represent different things, obviously. And Callum wanted those, and basically I was like, he mentioned something to me about.
We're talking about different Callums. I was talking about Callum from Eurozen.
No, I am. No. Yeah, we are. I'm just brought up my Callum. My Callum.
Well, you are married.
My in-character husband. So my Callum had said to me that he wanted. I'm doing some pyrography badly, as you can see here. There's. If you can hear wood in the background, I'm really bad at it, but I've been doing it. He wanted some runes and something else doing. And I saw these. That basically they had like little metal ones with the runes on. They're like little necklaces.
Yeah.
So I sent them a picture, and I bought a few of those. They're fucking sweet.
Yeah, they're really nice objects.
They're really nice.
Like Matt and Andy are super talented. Like because they've given you like a pendant thing before, haven't they?
Yeah, they gave me a pendant to get it. Yeah,
and that was like in NIC and stuff. Yeah, They make just really nice stuff. Yeah,
they make chainmail as well. And I think like my next character is definitely going to have a coif.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the coif. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's...
I think like in terms of like the best type of armour just functionally to wear and all that kind of stuff, you know, for cost and price.
I just like the look of it.
Yeah.
I like how distinct it is. Like it's
chain's got so many possibilities as well.
A lot of forms in Navarre have like chain underneath, don't they? And it's cool. Like it gives them a real military feel. I like chain a lot, especially like dark chain that isn't too flashy. Really good. Let's get on to Callum's your Callum.
Yeah. So Lanius, he's played by Callum, and we were just kind of wandering around, really, just looking at the various stalls. We came across this place called Art Hammer LARP Workshop.
Art Hammer what?
Art Hammer
LARP Workshop.
Yeah.
At least he went for a really easy title, didn't he?
And
rolls off the tongue. His work
is like crazily beautiful.
Shit, man!
It's all these what are they kind of
armor?
like? It's all armor, but it's kind of what's it made out of? That kind of it's like plasticky kind of material.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like it looks like it looks like it's all made of metal. You know, it's like it's done. It's sort of done in that style. I forget
Yeah,
what the actual
definitely.
material
It looks like it weighs loads, but it's actually
and it's just beautifully
all the
painted
different styles
and stuff like that.
They're each little works of art, really, aren't they? Like they're really individual,
really
and kind
beautiful.
of like just really enjoyed being there. Actually, do you know what? It was one of those shops where I don't want to loiter because I know I can't afford anything there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that? Like some places you just like, I do not belong here. Like I need to leave before anyone realizes that I'm not going to buy anything here. You know what I mean? Like I am literally just looking, and I want to get out of here. But Callum,
well, his eyes fell across these shoulders, and they were sort of in this purple colour that he's got a lot of on his armour, and they just have the it's sort of purple and gold on these kind of things, and it just looked so good. Like he was just like, he tried them on, and that already, he sort of placed them over his shoulder and was like, "What do you think of these?" I was like, "They look amazing. Like look absolutely amazing."
They were so good, especially like kind of mounted on his leather armour.
Really good. And then he was like he was just looking around the other things, and he pointed at these greaves. Like leg armor, that have this kind of owl kind of shape.
Greaves don't do them justice for how awesome they looked.
They just looked ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And they just the two together, like the shoulders and that, with his existing armor, it just looked so bad.
But Ian, the problem was they were the wrong color.
They were the wrong color. They were the kind of this red color. But the guy was just like, "Oh, we can paint those for you and have it done by the end of the day." And it was like, it was crazy.
I've never gone to a shop before. Yeah, this is true. I've never gone to a shop before where they've been like, I will paint that for you to the colour that you desire.
Yeah.
And it'll be ready for you by the time you leave. That's awesome.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just like, he was totally happy to do it, had the right paints and everything. And so he had it turned this purple colour that was the same as the shoulders, obviously, he was going to get.
Yeah.
It's expensive stuff, right? But it looks absolutely incredible. Like the quality is just ridiculous.
I think it's awesome, and Callum is made a great purchase, and it's like But I was while you're talking, I was thinking about this. LARP started in the 80s, people are saying, and it really grew on from there, and now we're in this new wave of like LARP happening, right? It's a lot bigger. We're doing
it, which is the
that's what I mean, right? Like we're part of this new wave of people coming into the sport, not the sport, the hobby. And I really love it that much that I firmly believe that it will grow and grow. Like I feel like, but looking at the people selling stuff at LARPcon was like, they're all cottage industries.
Yeah.
And it's growing now.
Yeah.
What started as people's hobbies
Yeah.
is now becoming their income.
Yeah.
Right? LARP is going through a whole shift, a geographic movement, because it's becoming something much bigger than it once was.
It's also the fact that it gives so many people the opportunity to do that at so many different levels, right? Look at someone like Robert, right, who will make weapons. You can ask him you can commission a weapon off him, but he's not a shop, right? He's not a storefront.
Yeah.
So you can do it at that kind of level, or you can, and like there's people that, like,
I don't think Robert's, but Robert's a good example. I don't think he's a million miles away from being retail.
No, it's a choice.
That's what I mean.
Choice.
It's a choice for him, right?
Yeah.
Like, he will continue to develop as an artist. He'll continue to learn new skills and build better weapons that are more ornate or less ornate, whatever the fuck his artistic vision is for those sort of things. He'll make it and do it to his best ability. When he chooses to do much more, I think it's more of a question with time with him and some other stuff. You know, like, Robert, we love you. Going on his life, but that's what I mean. Like, all this stuff for people. I think didn't Mandela Mask? They were.
Yeah, they started off as just like,
and now he does it for a living.
So. Yeah.
And like, imagine doing something that you do art and you enjoy it, and
I
then
think
you're
that must
making
be
a
true
living
of
out
so
of
many of the different people. Right?
But that's what I was thinking when I was looking around at LARPcon as well. Was all the different people, including the guy that we're talking to, who was clearly an artist.
Yeah.
Right, like a really talented artist, and he chose. That's what he does.
Yeah,
I'm sure he does other things as well, but if that was it by itself, it's enough, right?
Yeah.
Like Chow's, like everywhere, like all of them, right? Like Armories, right? All these people are fucking artists, and I get the feeling that they haven't. This isn't something they've been doing for years and years and years. A lot of them have been making weapons.
Yeah.
They've been making them, but as a much smaller hobby, and now it's like
it's growing,
developing.
Right? It's growing. It's going to be, and I can only see it growing more.
Yeah,
and just more people coming in,
so
more
too.
creative.
I think it's going to be interesting to see where, because there's a lot of new ground, right?
Yeah.
Like I know Germany does its thing, but in a UK setting, like what is a big LARP? How big can a LARP be? What does that look like, and is it good?
Yeah.
Right? Like these are questions, right? Like that we'll only probably figure out when we get to them.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, just imagine it being so big that you literally can't. You have to have a limit, right?
Well, you don't affect the game. It becomes more like there's a referee at every bin stop, and they basically, if you need some.
No, I'm
RP
talking
being
like
done,
imagine it being so big that it was like a full-on mega festival. Like, I mean, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, ridiculous.
Hold on. I just dipped into what you were thinking about then, and what you were thinking about was like its own site and like a castle and some crazy.
I'm
shit,
talking
right?
like something like Glastonbury or something. Imagine if it ever got like, which is a ridiculous thing maybe to think, but imagine if it did get that.
Imagine
big.
you have a LARP so big you can role play 2 nations, like actual nations. Like with their own kingdoms and everything, villages within those kingdoms, and they literally are different. You know what I mean? Like you buy up half of Sussex and just like LARP across it.
What a LARP country sort of
LARP country, yeah. You're in LARP country here. The rules are different. You declare their own state. It's LARP rules only. You're dead if you take 5 hits and wait 2 minutes. You're actually dead. You have to go back to God to reroll. So, or nothing about it. You have to give up your family, your kids, everyone. Just re-roll, new life. Anyway, what are we talking about? Let's talk about the LARP awards.
No, I was just going to say, and then Callum got the armor basically, and it was just like he was super excited about it.
Yeah,
and like it looked fantastic.
I think it was a great purchase, right? Yeah. Right, the LARP awards.
So I had like totally. Basically, it was quite a big journey there, and I had like a lot of stuff I needed to do the next day.
Well, the thing was that we went to the pub first, and we were having a good time, and not like we drank loads, but we were chatting to everyone. And we were there with a few friends, and like the Orcs Panic guys, nice. Really having a good time. And then we walked there. We should have driven.
We should have driven for sure.
It was.
I mean, like the actual drive up to the whole event, right?
Oh yeah.
It was like a long day, and I was like fixing my shed like the next day because like the wind had just torn it to pieces.
Yeah.
So it was like. I didn't expect the LARP Awards to begin so late. I was kind of like naively, I thought they'd started. I just didn't read it, basically.
Did they start? 8:30?
I think so. It was late, right?
Yeah,
well, it was later than I thought it was going to be.
Because we thought it was going to be like open the doors at 7, start at 8.
Yeah, no,
it was a little after that.
I can't remember. Which was totally my mistake. Like I didn't read it at all.
No, I can't remember.
I don't know. My brain was just. So I was kind of like. I was kind of tired actually in a way, but I was super excited at the same time.
Yeah, it was basically you get there, they had it at a theatre, like a local theatre, so the whole bar area was full of people all having a drink and having a good time. There's a little bit of nattering, a bit of excitement in the air.
Yeah.
When we got in there, it's a theatre, right?
Yeah.
When sat down with people, had a nice chat.
Yeah.
It was rowdy, wasn't it? It was rowdy, wasn't it? Like there was a
it's nice. I think because the community's so kind of like everyone knows everyone. Well, not everyone knows everyone, but there's a kind of like everyone is aware of everybody.
There's definitely like yeah, I totally get what you mean. I
think a friendly kind of atmosphere.
All of the big LARP organisers, and a lot of it generally have known each other for a long time. That's the impression I got, right? The people on the stage were being heckled by people off the stage and vice versa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we're sitting there. I'm sat next to Matt from the Orcs Panic.
Yeah.
So both of us are up for the LARP award, and I'm like, good luck, Matt.
Yeah. It was great. Like sitting with the Orcs Planet was fantastic, and just like we had some other friends there as well. And we all just watched it together. It was good fun.
Oh, we should mention it. We haven't mentioned it. Tom's doing a LARP video.
Yeah,
YouTube
really
channel
cool kind of set of. Well, he's done one so far as of recording this.
A great pun. LARP out loud.
Yeah.
LARP out loud.
That would have been good, wouldn't it?
Boom. Guess who's getting the fucking LARP award next year? You know what I mean, for the media.
Yeah.
And Tom also won a photography competition.
He did, yes.
For his mobile phone camera picture,
yeah.
which is his second LARP award of the weekend, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, the LARP awards. The lights dim.
Yeah.
Music starts.
Yeah.
Okay, lights flash in front of us.
Yeah.
And on the stage are about 10 women.
Of the kind of the lady, so it's like people like Charles with their...
There was, and then the lights flash back, and they all do this big dance number. I recognised like 1 or 2 people on there, but it was just this fucking straight into a dance number.
Yeah.
It was a lot, right? Lights, music, dancing.
Yeah, there was like these really, this sudden really bright light that kind of burst out.
That's how they opened it with.
Yeah.
Like an interrogation light right in our eyes. Yeah.
No, it was, yeah.
I think they did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all of this you can see, by the way, on, I think if you Facebook the LARP Awards, they did a stream of it, and you can watch all of it.
Yeah.
So if you want to go and check it out, you can.
Well, also, it was just really nice, as I said before, because there was this kind of really nice, kind of friendly atmosphere to the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very much
like,
so.
Because I think just the community's so sort of like tight and generous that like everyone's just... Let's just have a really good time, you know? Mm-hmm. Because it's a celebration of LARP.
Well,
right?
I think it was also like people were up for awards.
Yeah.
And I think people were like, I don't know, for little LARPs, it probably means more than to bigger LARPs. Who
I don't
have won
know.
before.
I wouldn't necessarily
But even
say
then,
that.
they had small LARP, medium LARP, big LARP, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is an interesting thing. Big LARP is more than 100 people.
Okay.
Which I would say might not be a big LARP anymore.
Well, I think you'll have to give it time.
I
but
think
yeah.
it's over 100. If I'm wrong, please let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. Though it's interesting. Like LARP is in a big flux right now, so
It'd be interesting to see where it goes. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, yeah, it's so hard to define that.
Definitely. Right. Shall we just do ours?
Yeah. So
Right.
well, actually, it was the first one, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was the first award.
First or second? Might have been second.
Might have been second. It might have been second. It may have been. I thought it was very near the beginning. Anyway.
It was very near the beginning, that's for sure. Yeah.
And
And they read out all the different nominees,
Yeah.
and it wasn't fucking weird hearing our name read out on
Yeah.
stage. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Like okay, at LARPcon, we'd been really lucky. We'd had a couple of people say they'd listened to the podcast. I think we're in a really great position that no one knows what the fuck we look like, and they might have only listened to a couple of episodes, right? So no one really knew who we were, right? Oh, those students in the car park.
Just before we left LARPcon, there was these students from Nottingham LARP, I think it was.
Yeah, Nottingham.
And they just sort of recognised the hoodies.
Yeah,
which was really weird.
I recognise that logo. Where's it from?
Yeah.
And we go, oh, it's from our little podcast. And he goes, oh yeah, we listened to that. And it was just like, that's fucking cool. And it was fucking
crazy.
minibus full of Nottingham student LARPers, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
that was fucking cool. Anyway, right? So
It was
hearing
crazy.
our name read out. God, it's gone very narcissistic again.
yeah. This is.
Hearing our name read out on stage. This is
Yeah.
wacky.
Yeah.
Right?
But I have never won anything in my life.
No.
where I've literally had like.
Agreed.
So I've never been in a situation, and I've never been in a situation where I've been nominated to win anything before in my life.
I have, but
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I haven't. That's where I'm coming to.
but not
So
for
it's-
many.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about one thing specifically in my head when I was
Yeah.
like whatever, but yeah, pretty weird.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's
It's been a little while, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So then basically they read it out, and we
Yeah.
got runners up.
We got runners up, which was great. It was like
We got the first losers, Ian.
yeah.
The bridesmaids. That's what we are. No, I'm joking.
No, it was
Straight up, like, okay, so the LARP book won,
yeah.
and I completely understand how you go.
I think it's
the
as we
LARP
said
book
before.
won.
You could literally you could pick anyone because
Yeah.
everyone does their own thing.
I think
so
everyone's
well.
really good. I think that what the LARP book do, we have bumped into them as well. Really nice fellas, and
I
a
haven't had much
lady
chance
as well.
to talk to them actually.
They were
Yeah.
they're just really nice. They're that what you see, like if you they do a YouTube channel, the LARP book, go check them out. They do interviews and things like that. Really nice fellas.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a chin wag. Really, really nice guys. So happy for them. Do you know what I mean? Like they have a nice little little professional setup. They love what they do.
Yeah.
Nice people. Absolutely. Like congratulations.
Yes,
basically.
definitely.
I feel terrible for obviously the people that we know closest, like the Orcs Planet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I feel like me and them are like us and them. We're like that we're so similar
Yeah.
that we're both doing the same thing. We're very different, but at the same time they're kind of peers.
And the reality is we're friends as well, right?
Absolutely.
Like that's
really
that's
like them. And I felt like what's funny is like I was like I didn't realise it meant that much to me until they read it out, and I was like, runners up. And I wasn't like pissed off about it, but I was like, oh, so close. And I was like, because I think like next year it's gonna be a very different scene.
Yeah.
Right? With the way that LARP's going, I'm sure there's like next year, whatever. It's not about that, but when you get nominated and you're there and it's time, like it's a whole different thing from like. Anyway, it was like, wow, we lost, and I was like, we headed back, and I was like, and I was just like, but now I'm like, fuck, like we got runners up. That's great. You know what I mean? Like we really look at what we've done. I think the fact that like when it was kind of announced who won or whatever, like I cared, right? Yeah. Like if you know what I mean. So it's like I'm so proud enough of what we've done. Yeah, I'd also say
it's been great, and it's like the
support we've had.
Yeah,
is like it's so great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's.
Dude,
I won't say their name.
I won't
say their name, but someone messaged and we were like, I posted and I was just like, we got runners up and everyone's congratulations. And like someone said, you're a winner to me or whatever. And it's half joking, but it was just like someone that I don't know.
Yeah,
they're a listener to the podcast. They've been with us for years and years and years. They're good peoples. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I don't know the guy, but I feel like we've got a really nice community, and I was like, do you know what? That's fucking winning right there.
I think also like I've never sort of won anything on a stage or anything like that, or I've never had that experience where my name's even been in the running to win anything.
Yeah.
And then it's like having people actually like cheer, even if it's kind of just like kind of happy kind of cheer.
We got
when like our name of something that I've done, something that I'm involved with.
Yeah.
When like just having people like express that, like that's
we got a big cheer too. We got a really good like. It was fucking cool.
I was blown away. Like, you know what I mean, and that just made it like that made it awesome, right? Like because it's like, I mean, like we care a lot about what we do in a way, right? Like the podcast's become a really cool thing for us. I think just
it was a fucking cool ride.
Yeah.
And we're really good. And now it's like game on for the next year.
Yeah.
Like before I've always been a bit like, I don't know, like I still worry about the podcast in a lot of ways, but that's my own personal bullshit, right? But now I'm like, it was really nice just to see people, even at LARPcon, just to say hi and just to have a moment to stop and be like, hey, that's fucking cool.
Catching up with people was crazy. Like just so good.
Let's stop rambling on. We had a really good time.
Yeah.
For the whole day. Should we talk about future stuff?
Yeah, we should. We should definitely talk about future stuff.
I might be crewing an event.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much about it now. I might be crewing an event before then. There is some bad stuff, obviously, at the moment to do with a certain virus.
Yeah. I think we'll all just have to wait and see what happens.
Exactly. I'm going to play that by ear. Hopefully we're going to do that. Yeah. We also have a smaller player event, which...
Yeah. Which it's up in like it's in Newcastle, sorry, like near Newcastle anyway.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a big drive, but it's an Urizen player event.
Yeah, and it looks scary.
Yeah, and it's not just Urizen; it's a Crystal Skies kind of player event. Who are the people who my character Talis has kind of background stuff with? That's Lanius's Spire.
Your homies.
Yeah, so it's like, and like up to this point, like Talis has talked a big game in a way about like some of his sort of feelings and connections and stuff in general, but he's not actually really done anything apart from go on one skirmish. So it's kind of like. It's an opportunity to like go somewhere and actually engage with the parts of my character that I'm supposed to be, right? That I kind of written to my brief, and now I'm going to actually go and do it. Right?
Yeah, and I'm going with you.
Yeah, and it's like crazy.
I'm like it's in a place called Spiral. We've talked about it before. It's a terrible place. Insanity waits there for everyone that goes there. There's not much protection for it. It's a bad business.
Yeah,
curses a go. Horrible things, nightmares, people attacking people on their own side and feeling good about it. Many bad things.
Yeah.
Many bad things.
And we're just going to go and check it out. Nothing bad all that.
Do you know what? The thing is, it's like, you know, I'm getting like, no, I'm ready to fight again.
Yeah.
I'm not dying in fucking Spiral. There's no fucking way I'm dying in Spiral.
It would be absolutely crazy if you died.
If I died, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's being in the works, that's happening. We're really excited about E1. I cannot die this time. From my little shitty political house that I've built for myself, with 2 defeats rolling on, Gellert, the unelectable Ashbourne, must not die at Spiral. I will be fucking fuming.
I won't. I'll be laughing so bad.
Oh, if
I survive and you die.
The worst thing is, if you die, I'll respect your fucking bullshit tears, and I'll be like, man, I feel terrible. We're going to miss Talus and all this shit. But no, if I die, you'll be giggling your little titties off, having a great time at my expense, because it's just too poetic. Oh, I'm so angry. I'm angry already before I even die. I'm not dying in Spiral.
He might die. But it's more like, let's be honest, it's more likely I die.
I think it's going to be interesting. As with anything, we don't know what to expect.
No, I honestly, I'm kind of in a weird place with it, because it's like a lot of it is linked to my character's backstory.
I think there's so much about your character that is both poetic, you die now, and both tragic, you die now, which is part of why it's so perfect, you die now, because it's tragic. Yeah.
I've had a couple of things with my character where it's been like, I've kind of said to myself, like, if the right or wrong things happen at the right or wrong time.
Yeah. It will be a choice.
I can definitely see me choosing.
It'll be a choice of Ian Pittock whether Talus Ashbourne dies or not, right?
I guess so, yeah. Or I guess, you know, Talus Ashbourne himself gets to decide in a way. I just see which way the characters takes me in the moment. And it's like, I'm looking forward to it. I think that's the thing that I'm looking forward to the event, because there's people going that I like and I enjoy RPing with them. But there's a part of me that keeps thinking about 30 seconds of fucking madness. Like 30 seconds of a bad situation where decisions are made that have lasting repercussions. That's what I'm thinking about all the time. When you say to me, withering in the dark, I go, right there, that 30 seconds. You know what I mean by that? Yeah, I think that it's going to be really cool. I'm really excited to see what it is, and how, like, another friend of ours called Dan, he's been working to do all the plot and stuff for it. Yeah. And
lovely fella, but good looking,
really nice guy.
Really good looking fella too.
Yeah,
loads of money, like just a great. Do you know what I mean? When you look at someone and go, wow, that guy is just a great human being. Do you know what I mean? Like, really nice. Also, there's a lot of really nice people crewing.
Was that whole thing about you can't talk your way into heaven or whatever?
Well, yeah, maybe. I think you can talk your way into heaven. That's definitely a thing. Are we there? Are we at the end of all of our things?
Yeah, I think, and I think we're just super hyped about that, basically.
Yeah.
And I think I'm also just really excited. Like, genuinely, just can't wait to get back into E1 and stuff.
I've got so many cool things coming up this year, if I don't die. Yeah. That a lot of them I don't know when I'm going to be able to talk about them.
No.
Because E1 might be a funny one, because there's loads of stuff going on, but there's stuff that there's stuff I haven't talked to you about, right? Yeah. Like we're on that level of Inception where there's.
I can't tell you
things.
Some things.
That's what I mean.
Can't, like, for spoilers. Yeah, potentially it could be.
Definitely, we can't tell, dear listener, either. It's. I feel bad about it, because it's like, I don't want to be dishonest. But we'll get a reminder again. We'll be doing the Light Armories sword giveaway. It's fucking a lovely sword, isn't it?
Yeah.
We will be doing that at some point. I'll leave a Facebook post before this is released.
We'll see. Yeah.
Will it be a post talking about the rules, or will it be a post that is the post, and then will there be confusion about that? I don't even know.
I have no idea. But anyway, we'll work it all out.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. Thank you so much, as always, everyone.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Strength to the Empire.
Strength to Navarre.
Is it just me, or did everything just get real quiet all of a sudden? Yarp. What was that? I thought I saw something move over there in the reeds. Something big. Hand me that torch. I thought it was just over here. Fuck me! Jasper, reverse!